Everyone tries to talk you out of following your passion. They say if you do the thing that you love, you're just gonna end up a starving artist and you're not gonna make any real money. My name is Roberto Blake. I'm a creative entrepreneur, YouTuber, and public speaker. But before all of that, I was a freelancer doing graphic design and photography, following my passion, doing a creative career. And when I stopped listening to those people who kept telling me I was gonna be a starving artist, I managed to do the things that it took to build a six-figure business. And today I want to talk to you about 9 creative careers that are high-paying jobs that you can have today and cash in on your passion. Today's video is brought to you by my friends at Adobe Stock. In my business, I love when I can support other creators, and I've actually bought thousands of dollars worth of assets from Adobe Stock, things like stock photography or infographics or even motion graphic clips that I use in my YouTube videos, all made by creators just like you. If you become an Adobe Stock contributor, who knows, maybe I'll end up using one of your pieces of work in my next project. So make sure you check it out, link is in the description down below. So let's jump into these 9 high-paying creative careers that you can start today. Number 1, photography. Believe it or not, you can still make good money as a photographer today. In fact, the rise of social media has helped increase demand for photographers and for photo editors. Now, obviously, you're gonna have to invest money in camera equipment, although I don't expect you to juggle GoPros like me. You will have to actually have a decent camera if you're gonna be a photographer and make a living at it. In addition to investing in camera gear, you're also going to need professional photo editing software. Obviously, I'm gonna recommend Adobe Photoshop and Lightroom because it's what I've used for a long time and it's what I'm most comfortable with. I've actually done a ton of tutorials here on the channel for Photoshop and Lightroom, and I plan to do some more to help you guys out and show you my photo editing workflow. So you'll definitely want to subscribe and check that out. There are multiple opportunities to make money as a photographer, shooting events, and doing portraits for high-end clients such as people in the medical or legal profession, or working with influencers. You could also do photography for public speakers and people in industries like real estate. But there's also a great opportunity for you to make passive income from your photography by uploading it to Adobe Stock and selling it as a contributor. In another video, I'll actually cover some steps that could help you if you're trying to get into selling stock photography. Number 2, and this one is obvious because I'm a YouTuber, it's gonna be video editing. I don't think this one came as a surprise to many of you with the growth of online video in platforms like YouTube and Instagram and the expansion of live streaming. I think that there's a lot of opportunity in this, especially for freelancers, but also if you want traditional employment. Video editing definitely has increased in demand, and I've been doing video editing for a long time, not only for myself, but I used to do a lot of video editing for clients, and I would get projects that ranged from anywhere from $100 to do something very simple or $2,000 to do something a lot more complicated. Now, obviously, you'll have to have decent hardware and software, but it's definitely worth it, and you may already have something that's good enough at least to do basic video editing for a local business. So it's something you should really be thinking about. Number 3, graphic design. Those of you watching who are more familiar with me remember that I got my start in corporate as a graphic designer, and later I would go on to work for an ad agency. And I still think that graphic design is a great profession that can lend itself well to giving you some form of creative outlet while making money at it. There are a lot of people who are skeptical about graphic design, especially in the freelance community. But ultimately, I think that comes down to marketing yourself well, building a great portfolio of work, and also understanding where your strengths lie as a designer. Maybe it's logo design, maybe it's print production and layout, or maybe it's doing high-end posters and digital artwork. Just figure out where you best fit and what clients are available for you or what employers are available for you in this field. And again, you'll need software. The usual industry standard for this is Adobe InDesign for print layout, Adobe Illustrator for vector artwork and logos, and of course, Adobe Photoshop for photo manipulation and graphics. Also, consider selling your graphic design work through templates. I actually sold mine directly to my audience and made tens of thousands of dollars, but I also had the benefit of building a platform and an audience over the course of over 5 or 6 years. You may not have that kind of time to develop an audience of your own, so I would recommend uploading to Adobe Stock so that you could benefit from their traffic as one of the largest websites for stock photography and graphics in the world. I'm a big fan of making passive income online. It's something I talk about quite a bit actually, and this is just one opportunity for creatives to take advantage of that. Number 4, become a social media manager. Earlier, I talked about the idea of growing an audience, and guess what? Being a social media manager is mostly about that. It's an emerging field, it's a little bit competitive right now, but I think if you have a diverse skill set, you'll be all right. It has a lot of growth potential. Actually, most work as a social media manager can be done remotely. For those of you who want to work at home and spend more time with your family, this is a great opportunity. And for those of you who might need to do an at-home position because of either an illness or a disability, this is a great opportunity to have a high-paying career. As a social media manager, you might have to do some content creation, a little bit of graphic design work, or at least photo editing. Often you'll have to do content curation and come up with a social media strategy to grow an audience within different platforms. I think this could be a really good job for you if you're someone who actually really enjoys social media and likes the idea of maybe doing community management and supporting that group that rallies around a brand or an influencer. The other great thing about this particular job is you don't really need to be a specialist. This is something that is very suited to a jack or Jill of all trades. Number 5. Filmmaking and video production. The power of online video has pretty much become undeniable, especially with the rise of social media. And with that in mind, there's a lot more opportunity than there used to be for anyone who's in video production or filmmaking, because anyone who has a product or service to sell understands that they can use video to market themselves more effectively and to close more sales, grow their business exponentially. This goes beyond platforms like YouTube, and I would encourage you to learn a lot more about live streaming, since the ability to do broadcast in real time is something that's available to a lot more people, and you should really learn how you can develop technical skills around that and be valuable to people in the event marketing space, as well as other local businesses that might have a need for that. A lot of service-based industries are also doing video advertising, so there's an opportunity for you to do production for them as well. There are also passive income opportunities with video. Obviously, I make passive income through YouTube videos, but you could also license your video production through Adobe Stock in the form of selling things like time lapses or slow motion video or drone shots if you happen to have access to that kind of equipment. There's a great opportunity for passive income when it comes to stock video footage if you can either produce great time lapses, slow motion videos, or you can get aerial drone footage. I would highly recommend that you take advantage of this, because anything that you do that's high-end like this, especially if it's in 4K video, is going to have a high demand and a high price point around it, and it's not as competitive as you would think because few people have access to it. Number 6, audio editing and podcasting. Audio is one of those really challenging things to learn, but if you do, it's something that is very valuable and is in high demand by clients, even me. In fact, I just outsourced all the audio editing for my podcast, and I'm happy to take that off my plate and put it in the hands of people who are much more skilled at it than myself. Being able to do audio mastering, or if you happen to have a studio space where people can record for their audiobooks or for their podcast, could be very lucrative for you. And it's something that I think a lot more people should look into. It's a very fast emerging market with people getting into podcast and voice and even music. I think that being able to create background music and audio for people like myself who are content creators could be something that could produce a lot of passive income for you if you do it right. Number 7. Web design and development. There are a lot of people who don't believe there's any more money to be had in web design with all of these content management systems and automations, AI software, etc. But at the end of the day, if you are creative enough and have diverse skill sets, you can create something that a machine simply can't compete with. I learned HTML code when I was 13 years old, back in the days of AOL and the dial-up internet, and then later in college I would be introduced to Dreamweaver. And while I don't like to code myself today that often, I usually outsource that to freelancers. The thing is, every now and again I like to jump back into it, and something that I still think is important is that human touch, the ability to hire somebody that you know is going to take perfect care with this. And I don't think that just turning that completely over to machines is something that a lot of people are comfortable with. So I think there's still a lot of opportunity when it comes to web design development if you find clients that value attention to detail and a personal relationship with somebody who can manage this for them. Besides, not everyone's going to want to do it themselves. They just want to take it off their plate so they can focus on their business. At least that's how I think about it. Number 8, animation and motion graphics. You know, when I was a kid, I actually dreamed of being an animator, but because of the technology of my time and how cost prohibitive it was, that dream eventually went away. But today, I think that animation and the ability to do it well is more accessible than ever. I feel that with programs like Adobe After Effects and the Adobe Creative Cloud and Adobe Character Animate, more people can pursue the dream of becoming an animator. It's actually really affordable. And with the advancements we've made in hardware, it's also more affordable and accessible to make sure you have a good computer that can handle this. It's not going to be a break the bank style investment for the most part. Sometimes when I'm editing these YouTube videos, I like to break things up by using motion graphics or inlays or stock video footage. And a lot of times this is something that I'll go to Adobe Stock for. And if you are creating this type of content, there's an opportunity for you to earn money from it. This could be as simple as transitions or lower thirds or rollovers, any number of assets. And as somebody who actually uses Adobe Stock pretty regularly, I found that there are a lot of these available in there even for free. So if you're a content creator and you're watching this, maybe you'll want to pick those up to get a feel for it. And if you're somebody who wants to make these kind of animations, you'll see what's in demand in the market if you check it out. Number 9, I couldn't leave this one out of my list. Becoming a content creator. Whether you're going to do a YouTube channel, Instagram, Twitch, or any other content platform, there's a lot of opportunity if you decide to create content for yourself that other people might enjoy, and you can find ways to monetize it. Something I've talked about a lot here on this YouTube channel. For me, being a content creator has been amazing, but it's also given me the opportunity to hire other artists and freelancers and allow them the opportunity to create what they love and cash in on their passion. And it's something that I'm very proud of to this day, that I've been able to help give people that opportunity and give them their first opportunity in many cases. At the end of the day, there's nothing like doing the thing you love and knowing that it can support you. I want to thank my friends over at Adobe Stock for supporting this video, but also thank Adobe for just supporting creatives like me and helping us to do the things that we love so that we can cash in on our passion and not be starving artists. Question of the day. What is your creative passion, and have you figured out how to cash in on it yet? Why or why not? Let me know in the comment section. Would love to hear from you. That's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Like this video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe and check out the other awesome stuff here on the channel. As always, you guys, thanks so very much for watching, and don't forget, go out there and create something awesome today. Take care.